Yeah, I mean, the self-validation of kind of what I talked about with that little recreation. My mindset, my work ethic has been really nice to see those results. So just got to keep doing that, keep riding the wave, and just see. Hopefully, go all the way to Phoenix. And I like Phoenix a lot. I've led a lot of laps there in the ARCA car, so hopefully our truck can be as good as our cars were there, and we'll see if we can have a good day. It's just got to get all the way to November.
You mentioned that work ethic. What was it like when you first came into the series compared to where you are now? What steps have you taken to improve that?
Yeah, I mean, it was just so different. When I joined the Josh Wise program beginning of last year, it was just so new, right? The gym and the meetings and the data, it was just a bit of a shock. So it was just kind of getting used to that. And my progress was crazy, even with kind of limited time that I was spending there. And now with what I'm doing now, I mean, I'm still going every day. I was already going every day and making every meeting. It's just like you hear baseball practice or basketball practice or hockey practice. You want to practice like you play. So you got to go to the gym. You got to be focused in the meetings. Do it like it's not a competition against the other guys, but a competition against yourself. Your progress is what you're fighting for. So just trying to stay focused on that.
So it's talked about how you're very teachable, and that's kind of like what helped Matt kind of draw onto you. I was curious, like, what are some of the things that you kind of learned early on working with AJ, and Josh and Shane?
Yeah, these guys are super easy to ask questions to, and really the racing community is pretty neat. That your friends. Well, they just answer questions. They want to help you. Some of the guys are competitors and don't want to give you as much information. But having a guy like AJ who's been in the sport for almost 2 decades is really helpful. When he's been racing for as long as I've been alive, it's helpful. So just trying to use his experience to my benefit, he's been a big help.
You also talked about how Dover was a big turning point. I mean, can you kind of put that into words?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of when I it's kind of after Martinsville into Texas, and those next couple weeks is when that switch flipped. Dover was tough. We were awful in the Xfinity car. We got better during the race. We probably could have snuck in the top 10, and it was going to have to be very sneaky. But thought it was maybe possible. We were running 11th, I think, when we got wrecked. So just, I don't know, man. I'm not really sure what clicked. It's just I have a phenomenal opportunity, and I want to use it to its highest potential.
Makes sense. Thank you.
How cool is it to be able to make these announcements here?
Yeah. Hey,
just wanted to say hello. I gotta get back over there.
Nice to meet you, man. Yeah. Appreciate you coming. Dad told me that he called you, so thanks for being here.
I'm gonna get some airplane info from you.
Cool. All right, sounds good.
From floorboard to floorboard.
Yeah.
I like that you make these announcements here in Daytona. I think it's really cool. How cool is it to be able to continue to make these big announcements for your career here in Daytona? And obviously, I know end goal hopefully one day, you're pick up a lane, whether it is, trucks, Xfinity, or with Daytona.
Yeah, it's really cool. Spend a lot of time here, growing up, and trying to come home as much as I can. Still have all my family here, my girlfriend, and my sister has her 2 sons. One of them's racing quarter midgets at East Point Speedway. So just trying to get home and spend as much time as I can. And I got to come home for 2 days this week to do this, so it works perfect. I'll hop on the plane home after the race tonight and get on another plane to go to Lockett tomorrow. It's special. It's so much harder on Sunday.
You seem really calm, cool, collected, kind of almost mellow. You got Chris Rice over here. What's that dynamic going to be like?
Yeah, I mean, I probably could be equally as crazy at some points. I kind of hate announcement days. I don't love the attention. Luckily, I think there's some other announcements coming soon that should overshadow me, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I mean, Chris is obviously he's the man, and he's really pretty much responsible for what Kaulig has turned into, from when Ross won his first race for Kaulig here to what it's become now. AJ and Shane kill him on the road courses. Obviously, Shane's done a great job winning those 3 races for Kaulig. The progress that Josh has made in running up front more often, and obviously AJ's running real good, and Shane's learning a lot. So kind of looking forward to that, right? And you can watch who Shane was at the beginning of the year, and now we're in the back half of the second third of the season where they probably got, 10 races left, something like that. So seeing what Kaulig can produce when it comes to drivers. Made Justin Haley, took him from GMS in the trucks, put him in his Xfinity car, and he's became what he is today. Really good for Rick Ware, and obviously won a Cup race here, and probably has a long future in the sport and the Cup Series. So trying to look at a guy like that, look at Justin, see what he's been able to accomplish, and hope that my route will look the same. Ran for GMS, ran for Kaulig, and ran a Cup for Kaulig. I'd love to be a Kaulig for as long as I can be.
Daniel, how nice is it to know that you can chase the Truck Series championship without having to also worry about ride security for next year? How does that change your focus and allow you to focus more on chasing that title?
Yeah, it's nice. And, I have 3 races left in the Xfinity car. I think that's a perfect number, right? Got 7 truck races I got to focus on. It's going to be fun and beneficial to learn more about the Xfinity car for the rest of the year. But I won't be going to Vegas in a truck. That's nice. The Xfinity cars on the next day in Kansas and on the next day in Phoenix. So it's perfect. They're not going to intermingle, except maybe truck and Xfinity practice might in Phoenix. I think it's going to be the only conflict, but it's not. It's fine. It'll make the truck feel like a slot car when I get back in and have all that side force and all that down force and no power compared to the Xfinity car. So it's been a big help. The Xfinity car helps me a ton when I get back in the truck. I just feel like I can drive the crap out of the truck. So just exciting, right? To be able to put ourselves in this position in the Truck Series, and these 3 races, I think we feel pretty confident about. We really like our intermediate program, and our short track program has been better than I expected it to be. Better than it was last year. I hated the short tracks last year. As much as I, as a driver, enjoy them, just didn't get the finishes we were looking for, and that's flip-flop this year. We've ran really good, so just got to keep. I've been saying the same thing. Just keep riding the wave.
Thanks so much. I'm here with Chris Rice. We just got done announcing that Daniel Dye will run full-time for you guys next season. First question, I think, is kind of the obvious one people like to ask. What did you see? What did you and Matt Kaulig see in Daniel that said we want to bring him up full-time? And I guess the compounding question is, these Xfinity starts that he's gotten this year, what have you seen out of those as well that have let you guys know that he's the guy?
So the maturity of Daniel has been good. That's what we've seen. And he's part of a family. He's a loving young man. I've spent some time with him over the last couple of weeks trying to figure him out, how he's flown me on a plane and stuff. So what I've noticed with him, he's a loving guy. And that's what, he's got a lot of grit to him is what I say. We want a little bit more on your restarts and stuff like that, but he's very good on equipment and he's fast. And he didn't come in and stir up any waves or do anything crazy, and we love that. We want somebody to come in, buy into the system, because at the end of the day, Matt Kaulig owns them all. He owns every race car, and you guys just come and race, and we figure out how to win, and we know he's ready to win.
Kaulig has this, obviously the motto is trophy hunting, but there's also like a secondary mantra of being one big family. How do you expect Daniel to fit into that mold come next season?
I think he'll fit in great. I think over the years he's been with teams that's not. You got your own team here, you got your own team there. He learned really, really fast that you have to be one team when you come here. There's no exceptions. If you're not, you just get punted out. You don't make it. And that's the way we're going to build it, and that's the way we're going to stay with it. I think he's going to do just fine. And I think he likes it. I think you can tell that he knows when he sits down in our race cars, that just like the 16, the 11, and the 97, and his 10 is probably one AJ ran last week or whatever. So he's going to fit in perfectly.
So, and then obviously you have 3 races left with him this season. Now that he's signed full-time, what are you guys looking for from him to get adjusted to get ready for 2025?
Yeah, so we the way we do things at the shop, he'll stick with his same team. He'll do the same things because it's all working. But then he'll have his own group in the 10 car when he starts out. But we'll make him start working with those guys a little bit more. He comes to the shop a lot. He does things a lot, so which is cool. And we'll just he sits in all the debriefs. He'll sit on the pit box tonight and stuff like that. So. Just implement him a lot more, make him work a lot harder, but we're not going to mess up this truck series, right? Like, he's going for a championship. We respect Bill McAnally and thank Bill McAnally for what he's done with Daniel and all of those kids, but we want him to win that championship. So whatever we can do to help those guys win that championship, that's what we'll do.
And then final question, you had mentioned in the announcement that he was driving the number 10 like he is this year. You had also mentioned kind of in passing that the 97 was going away. Do you have any... What's to be expected from SVG next year?
Probably what I should have said was the 97 stays with SVG. He gets the 10 is probably what I should have said. I messed that up. So yeah, he will he will drive the 10 car. The 10 number is his number that he will be driving. So yeah, it will not be a 97, or it won't be a 16, or it won't be 11. I should have. I think I got a little ahead of myself on all of that, but yeah, the big thing is his number's 10. You know, and that's what I should have portrayed a little bit better, but I didn't. So I probably messed that up.
Awesome. Thank you.
This is Custom Patch Hats. But what makes us custom? Well, that actually begins with you. We're just bringing your unique vision to life. No knockoffs, no lookalikes. Your design is one of a kind. We know hats, we know design, and we know quality. The proof? It's in our production. Hand-stitched with precision and care, with brands you know and trust. A one-of-a-kind patch deserves a one-of-a-kind treatment, all the way to your doorstep. It's how we keep it custom.
Steven Stump of Frontstretch.com here. Come back for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.